Good evening, brothers and sisters. I'd like to first just say God bless you. Excuse me, I just got off work, so I'm kind of in between jobs, if you know what I mean. But there's this dream, and it's just been pressing me to share it. But at the same time, I've been thought about it. So I just can't hold it to myself anymore. But today is September the 12th, and on August the 27th, I had a dream. It was a two-part dream. In my dream, I woke up, and I woke up in a place that was impoverished, but I didn't feel poor. I just knew that my surroundings, the people didn't have much, but they were rich in something else, and it must have been love or family orientation. But when I woke up, I was on a mat on the floor that was like handmade with a bunch of fabric, I guess. And so, and then there was another person that rose up too and just started looking around. And it was a girl, and she had a low cut shaved hair. And I knew in the dream that she was homosexual or, you know, well, or lesbian, but she wasn't there for me. We were just both in this place. It's like I guess we needed somewhere to sleep. It was almost like a refugee area, but the walls were made of like cloth and stuff. So I got up, walked out, and there was this lady. She kind of looked like an islander, like maybe she was Polynesian or Hawaiian or something to that extent. And she had a wrap around her, and she was throwing some of these cloths or this linen onto clothesline of sorts. And so I remember walking out, and she swung the linen back so I could get out. And I looked up, and the sky was dark, like a night sky, and there were stars, but there was this black goo that looked almost like tar. But okay, could you imagine a spider web being made out of tar, or like a big splat of like some black tar just being in the sky, and it was spreading, and the more it was spreading, it was covering the sky, and I could see stars through the holes in it, but it was just getting bigger. And I just remember looking up, and everyone else started looking up. And so I left from that part of the dream, and I ended up in another part of the dream where Donald Trump just came up to me. In this part of the dream, this is the weirdest thing. There was no audio, there was no sound, but there was communication. Um, he had on a white button up shirt. His hair was how it normally is. And he walked up to me, and I was carrying some groceries. And he rolled up his sleeves, and he smiled, and, like a gentleman would do, and like, let me help. I knew he was saying, let me help you with that. So he picked up the bags. He walked me around to the back of the car. He asked me to pop the trunk. He put the groceries in a car for me, and there was a spare tire in the car. So he put the groceries in there. He got in the driver's seat of my car. It was my car, and I got in a passenger seat, and I could see the both of us as if I was watching from the passenger seat. But I could see him every once in a while, just shaking his head or whatever. I knew that he was smiling. I knew that he was happy. I could feel like this man had his heart was good. He genuinely wanted to help. So he drove me to where I was going, I guess my destination, and got out of the car. He went around to the trunk, opened the trunk. Oh, I have to say this. When we got to the destination was the first time I seen him turn his head to the right. And he smiled, and he was, giving me a head nod, and I smiled, and we both got out, and he went to the trunk, opened the trunk. I remember the trunk had blue, like royal blue crushed velvet lining, and it was pristine clean. And the spare tire was like one of those that sat up on the hump in the trunk, like back in the days. And it was a white car, If I'm not mistaken, it might have been a Lincoln, like an older version of the Lincolns, one of the longer, big ones. But anywho, he opened the trunk. He helped me get the groceries out. And then something was going on with the spare tire where something was loose. So he rolled up his sleeves, both of them, smiled. And then he started screwing the screw back tight to make the spare tire sit down in there more snug. And when he did that, he just looked at me and he shook my hand. And then he just walked on. He started walking down the street. And I could just feel so much in that dream. I felt like in the dream he was still the same person that everyone is oppressing and talking about him and saying all these negative things. But in his dream, he genuinely did not care when it came to helping me, the average person. He just jumped right in, and he didn't care what nobody thought. No one was there. There was no security, no cameras. Just him in his heart. He desired to help me, and he did. And it felt so genuine and so pure. And so I woke up after he walked off, and I just remembered that I prayed quite a bit in the past few months about this election this year. And, it doesn't matter who we like. It's not about, it shouldn't be so personal. It should be about good, godly values. So my thing was, God, please help me to make a wise decision. I want to choose the person who is making the best decisions for this company. And you are involved. You are first. I don't want to choose someone who is literally signing bills to sin. I don't want to be a part of that. So I just don't want to make the wrong decision, Lord. So no matter how I feel or what people are saying, help me to make this decision. And that night was the second time that I had prayed about that and got an answer. And so I was praying that night, like I said, and I went to sleep and I had that dream. So I just want to say, don't let what people are saying about anyone influence your decisions about how you feel about a person. You pray about all these things, and if you're not sure, don't just jump the gun. Don't join a bandwagon. Please talk to God, and trust that he will answer you, or he will send an answer your way. And if you don't feel sure, don't do anything. Just wait. Wait a little. Give God some time. Like, we talk to him, but we don't give him a chance to talk back. And I know I'm guilty of that sometimes. I can pray and ramble on, and then before you know it, I'm like, okay, you know what, God, I'm listening. Is there something you want to tell me? Please tell me. And that's why I think a lot of the times he shares things with me in my dreams, because I'm always doing something. The Lord is dealing with me about that. But my heart is good. But anyway, I just wanted to share that dream, and I want you all to just pray about this election and choose the best candidate that you think will not steer away from God's will for this country. Let's just say that. And let's keep each other in prayer. And no matter who you vote for, pray for all of them, okay? Because God made them as well as he made us. So someone needs to pray for them too, But I genuinely love you all, and I pray that the Lord blesses you. Have a great day.